February 2014, a high-profile officer-involved shooting left 2 people dead on Highway 212 in Eden Prairie.
The BCA released video of what led up to that shooting, but not the actual shooting. Tonight, for the first time, Fox 9 will show that video.
Fox 9's Ted Haller is joining us with this exclusive story. Ted, the family of one of the people shot here wants this video released.
That's right. Don Pfister was one of 2 of those people who were killed. And while a grand jury cleared all the officers, her family is now suing one Chaska police officer as well as the city. Now, the suit only concerns her death and one officer's actions. And a warning, in the interest of fairness, we are going to show you the video of the shooting, and it's graphic.
The family of Don Pfister believes an encounter with police should not have left the 34-year-old under one of those yellow tarps on Highway 212. Their attorney is suing the sole police officer who shot and killed her after a chase and standoff. And he wants the public to see the video.
The video shows an improper and unconstitutional use of deadly force.
Attorney Bob Bennett says he has no qualms with why Pfister's boyfriend, Matthew Service, ended up under the other yellow tarp after getting shot by 4 officers. But he believes the one officer of 11 at the scene who shot Pfister went too far. While the BCA released some of the video of the actual shooting has never publicly been seen until now. As police chased this car down Highway 212 in February 2014, Service and Pfister inside, officers did not know much. What police did know was alarming. The car was in a hit and run. Scared drivers were calling 911. And the hood was up. A crash would end the chase, but begin the standoff.
470 looks to be a hostage situation.
At least one officer radioed it in as a hostage situation. Pfister, the presumed hostage. But attorneys for the officers say it was anything but. In a legal filing writing the pair, quote, danced together and then exchanged a kiss.
Show me your hand, sir. Nobody wants you to die right now. You're gonna, though.
As the pair struggles or dances or something in between, you can hear the alarm in officers' voices as they try to figure out what's in Service's hand. A single shot when Service waved his arm. Pfister appears to follow an officer's order to get down, but then is either pulled up or gets back up. Police figure out Service has a knife.
It's a knife!
It was this knife with a 3¼ inch blade. The incident continues. Officers seem to worry Service is harming Pfister.
Don't do that to her! Don't! Party got a knife, 752.
A decision is made to shoot.
I gotta drop him, guys. I got it. Take him. Ready? Watch her, watch her! Drop the knife!
The pair goes down. Matthew Service is hit, but not Don Pfister, who grabs away the knife.
Suspect down, she's holding the knife.
The officer with the rifle is about to shoot her. Other officers then shoot and kill Service. Of 11 officers, 4 shot Service, but only 1 shot Don Pfister.
It shows that one person did. He made a decision that 10 other people didn't.
Bob Bennett, a prominent civil rights attorney representing Pfister's family, argues the video shows Pfister only trying to escape Service and not coming at police. But in an interview with the BCA, the sole officer who shot at Pfister, Officer Brady Jewell, said she posted her arm and she started coming up at us with that knife, and I knew right then and there she's gonna try and kill us with that knife. He continued, I knew how he acted drugged out, wasn't going down. I thought she was gonna be the same. Other officers backed Jewell up with statements like she meant business, she was coming.
It shows that 10 officers had clear sight lines and, for the most part, the ability to shoot and didn't shoot the woman hostage.
Bennett contends Pfister grabbed the knife to get it away from Service, who she was trying to escape. These are the last frames before the first shot at her was fired. Here they are from a different camera. We showed both videos to a use of force expert and retired Golden Valley officer Joe Dutton, who often testifies on behalf of officers.
And she's getting back up on her feet with the knife in her hand. Threat.
What about the argument she's trying to get away from the person who was holding her hostage?
Why grab the knife? I mean, she could say, well, I was trying to get it out of his hands, but he was down. It's hard to say, but you can see why the officer shot her.
The investigation was done in a much different way than they would do it if it was a civilian shooting.
Bob Bennett says the video raises an important question about the BCA, that the state agency that's supposed to provide an independent investigation of police shootings isn't so independent. Bennett thinks the BCA downplayed this video and overly relied on the officers' stories.
Essentially, you're saying the BCA downplayed the video.
They downplayed would be overstating it. They ignored it.
In a deposition of a BCA senior special agent, Bennett asked, "Did you look at the videotape evidence before the shooters were interviewed?" Answer, "I looked at it after I conducted the interviews." Another question, so basically you take these officers' statements about what they perceived at face value. Answer, yes.
I've certainly learned that you cannot reliably trust the BCA to investigate officer-involved shootings or other conduct impartially. And I don't know what the answer to that is. That needs to be dealt with systemically at the Bureau of Criminal Apprehension.
Former Ramsey County Attorney Susan Gertner dealt with the BCA frequently, and she told us she has faith in its independence.
Now, obviously, independence is in the eye of the beholder, and no matter who was investigating, no matter what law enforcement entity was investigating, someone is going to say they protect their own. That doesn't mean that's true.
Following the BCA investigation of the Highway 212 shooting, the grand jury indicted no officers.
And the BCA released a statement to Fox 9 that reads, in part, the BCA is an independent fact finder and does not decide or determine the outcome of a case. The BCA conducts conflict investigations in the same way it does all investigations. And the attorney representing Officer Jewell and the city of Chaska also released a statement to Fox 9. The jurors heard all of the witnesses' testimony, reviewed all of the physical evidence, and they even had the opportunity to ask the witnesses questions. Video evidence can be critical to helping investigations, but as was the case here, since the video does not show what Officer Jewell actually saw during this rapidly evolving and very tense situation, the grand jury turned to his testimony and the testimony of the other officers at the scene in choosing not to indict him. And the car Pfister and Service were in was stolen. Meth was found in their bodies, although the officers obviously did not know that at the time of the shooting. And I know when you first watch the video, it's hard to observe everything that's happening, so we are posting the raw, unedited video from both cameras on our website.
All right. Well, it will certainly take a while to make its way through the court system, the civil case, but boy, that really did provide some new insight into what happened that day.
And just think if the officer had a body camera on, what more we would learn.
Yeah, and so difficult to watch from either side.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.